What's happening, folks? Back with another reaction, back with some more Alison Moyet, and we're going back to the 1984 album Alf, and we're up to the track Hitch Hike, which, I feel like maybe it's more likely this will be a metaphor rather than an actual narrative, or at least scene where someone is hitchhiking. But the idea of picking up on something that is already in motion, taking part in something that you weren't involved in from the start, and perhaps seeing where this will take you. Obviously, in a real hitchhiking situation, at least by the way that it is seen in sort of popular memory and understanding, is the idea that they're basically trying to get from one place to another, but they may have to go, I can take you so far as here because I'm not actually going to where you're going, but I'm going to a city that maybe you can then get another ride for. Now, in the days of ride shares, and even, if it's a shorter distance, you could say, even in the older days with taxis, one can say that if one has means, one would likely not be hitching, right? Like, if one has the ability to pay for some form of travel, even if it is just, a taxi from point A to point B, then you're likely not going to try to hitch because, hitchhiking opens up all sorts of potential risks and dangers and so on, or at least uncertainties. But I guess maybe that could be part of the idea, if it is a metaphor, the idea of seeing where life or this particular ride will take you. And again, a ride could be, an involvement with a person or some social situation that you could choose to be part of or not be part of, which again, maybe it began outside of your knowledge. So I feel like there are a number of ways that you could use this as a metaphor, and whether it's related to a process that you're joining, or the risk of going somewhere where you're not sure where you're going to end up, or whether it'll actually be about someone who hitchhiked and took a journey. So let's find out. This is Alison Moyet. The turn is Hitch Hike, and it's from the 1984 album Alf. Chicago. Bit of a soul feel. As well as a vintage rhythm and blues. Just little moments where Alison's voice in the sax. You've heard that sax. Have the guitar having its moment. You're gonna fall. You're gonna fall. It is about a lack of means. Who's on the side? I mean, and her voice. That was the sax. You can actually play a sax so that it sounds like high-pitched glass. Yeah, incredible. I don't even know what to say. It's so interesting though, because there's a couple moments there where she does some of those vocal pushes where I can extract the sound of that voice and put it into a Vince Clarke synth pop track a la Yazoo. So it's like, again, I feel like her voice could work in so many different styles, and while I totally respect that some people will think it works much better in some or one versus the others, again, I feel like there are just moments where in every track that she's involved in, my brain is like, oh my god, did you hear where she just got a bit forceful there? Or did you hear the way she extended that? Or came in with real deep soul in her voice. So yeah, again, this one had sort of a soul, early rock and roll, rhythm and blues type of feel a little bit. Certainly the sax adding to that. And as I said, 30 seconds in, you have Moyet's voice and you have a wickedly played saxophone. There's no way I'm going to grade the tune anything other than an A. Like, it can't happen. So, yeah, another top tune. Really enjoyed that one. As I said, it had a fun feel to it. It was like, you could imagine it being played in a club environment and it being a very fun type of raucous environment, people toasting and so on. It feels like it would be a good fun time in a jazz club, so or like a themed rock and roll club. So in any case, let me know what you think. I will see you next time. Peace.